And another guy that was pretty tough is your old tag team partner, Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
What was it like training him and being involved in that tag team, which was very popular at the time, Bad Company?
That was really, that was kind of really nice. You know, I'd actually just come off, you know, blown my knee out, so I was just torn my ACL, and you know, and I'd been out for about 8 months, and there was an old friend of mine who was on the Calgary Stampeders named Stu Hart, and I used to see him at my brother-in-law BJ's gym downtown. He told me he had a guy who was, I think, the starting linebacker on the Stampeders at that time, who was wanting to get into wrestling. Back in those days, if you had football players wanting to get into wrestling, it was usually after they had been cut, or they're at the end of the line, or it was off season. But this is right at, I think, second or third game into the season. Pillman was like the starting outside linebacker for the Stampeders, and so anyway, I told Stu bring him down. I met with him at BJ's, and he was like all gung ho to get into the wrestling, and essentially walked away from being starting linebacker on the Stampeders to being a rookie wrestler, and. He understood the ring psychology pretty good. He was really, kind of big on. He had a bit of personality to him, and he was pretty dedicated. And one of the best things for me at that time is I had some pretty good other young guys that were starting, Owen and Chris Benoit and Jushin Liger and a couple of others. So it was good ambience, and they sort of, learned together, and there was a lot of enthusiasm, and Pillman kind of took off pretty quick, and his personality was tailor-made for the business. He in fact kind of was the guy who taught Steve Austin most of his stuff, and if Pillman had been derailed by the car accident, which ultimately kind of caused all his leg, and then I think that led to taking painkillers, and ultimately kind of killed him. But he was sort of a cutting edge, guy that people would probably be talking about today in the same vein as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Steve Austin.